it all. I can have it all.
Hello, everybody. This is Christy Whitman with the Quantum Success Show, where you can get your information and inspiration to create your desires. And as you can see, I have a beautiful friend, Jennifer McLean.
Hi!
Can you guys hear the music?
It's in my head.
It's my head too. We were jamming together. So yeah, I mean, this is Jennifer. This is my family, and I always say this, but it's like I only invite people on this show that are truly people I do business with, people that I can call friends, because there's a lot of people, you know, that have messages and things like that. But I seem to attract the most amazing, wonderful people like yourself, and so.
Oh, cool. Well, I feel the same way about you. I attracted you, so it had nothing to do with you, by the way.
You're so funny. Well, I know you really well, but let me give everybody a little bit of background on who you are, and I'm excited to share what we're going to talk about today. So, Jennifer and I usually have a love fest with each other because we just both really like each other a lot. So if you couldn't tell, so. For 25 years, Jennifer McLean has served as a spiritual catalyst and healing facilitator, guiding thousands to transmute their deepest fears, blocks, and old beliefs into new levels of alignment, growth, health, wholeness, and abundance. And she is an energetic healer trained in various modalities. She combines her intuitive gifts of emotional and spiritual discernment with the knowledge and wisdom of life's varying experiences to lovingly identify and compassionately release the stories and events that have kept us living a magnificent life. Jennifer, you have created a rock-solid business. You and I have had many occasions at many different times talking about how you and I are very similar in the approach that we have with our businesses. Yep. So welcome to the show.
Yay! I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad to be here with Christy Whitman!
Oh, you're so funny. So one thing that we always talk about is that we have the same thing in common, and that is that, you know, there's a lot of strategies in building a business. You know, there's lots of things you can do in marketing yourself and all that. But all that's important, but so is the inner work. So we always talk about how it's both the inner work and the outer work, and I would love just to hear your perspective on that.
Yeah, one of the things that I teach in my programs for business entrepreneurs is that marketing and business is 100% energy. 100%. Not 99, 98, 97, 100%. So if your energy is not congruent, if you don't know who you are, if you don't really know your ideal customers from that perspective of really knowing you within that framework, business is tough at best. And what normally happens is the default is that people start doing business from their minds. Mm-hmm. And that's force over, that's power over, that's pushing, that's agenda-oriented business, that's controlling business. And all of us have been at the effect of that. Anyone who's had a job has experienced force over business. Most companies, not all, but most companies in corporate America are force over, power over. And it's one step away from slavery, for God's sake. And so, right? And so, what you and I kind of both speak to, is that how do we get that 100% energy that's behind, that's the platform underneath our business, to be so wide open, to be so consciously present in our business, in our thoughts, in our fields, in the mind, in the body, in the emotions, so profoundly so that it becomes this ease and grace in business. In fact, I even think I would go so far to say, as business could maybe even be really, really fun.
Oh, yeah.
It could be fun. And that's the other thing, you know, the inner game, understanding who you are. We call it your success signature, that unique purpose, that unique impulse that is within you. That unique gift that's waiting to get out into the world. When you are in line with that, and I'm actually feeling it right now. I can tell that you are too. That there's a frequency that we are emitting that makes us attractive to the market, to customers, to partners, to JVs. And the whole landscape of it changes from to business from the heart instead of business from the mind. And I'm telling you, it is the secret sauce. And at this time that we're living in, it is the new framework from within which we can actually change the entire landscape of capitalism itself. When we can do business from the heart.
Amen, sister.
Right? The light shines brighter in us. It shines brighter in our customers. We can allow through our products and services, no matter what they are, whether you've invented something that you can sell that's, tangible, or you're doing info products and infopreneuring, or you're doing coaching, no matter what you're doing, when you are congruent, when you tap into this success signature, this unique purpose, oh my gosh, it really does create miracles. Now, I know that you teach law of attraction, so this is it. This is what we're talking about. It creates this profound change, and that's one of the things that I love to teach, is to show people not how to do law of attraction and inner work over here and business work over here. I teach it in a meshed, overlapping, constantly tapping in process as we do business.
I feel like I'm at church.
Woohoo! Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen?
You got an amen. Oh my God, it's so true. I'm just like, I feel like I'm at a rock concert because I'm like just shaking my head like, yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so true. So
Yeah.
we both agree that in order to create success, it has to be the inner and the outer,
Absolutely.
congruency.
Absolutely.
I love that you
And
said
it's
that.
fun. And that's the part that makes it fun.
Exactly.
Because we're doing what we love. And the really cool thing that happens with this is it actually becomes a filter for decision making. So we actually know what to do next when we're tapped into this energy.
Yes.
When we're tapped into our success energy, we know what's next.
Yes.
Because we can feel it, we can sense it, we know it, we're conscious, we're awakened to it.
People ask me all the time, how do you say no to things and how do you say yes? And it's exactly that. It's just, I know within myself what feels like a no. And as I learned from my great teacher, Karen Wilson, if it's a little bit of a no, it's a no.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
like,
right.
That's a no for me, but that's all yes. And
Yes,
that's how
that's right.
it's through that alignment, through knowing what I want to experience and what the vision is, that all just resonates. It's all energy.
That's right. That's right.
So when you're out of that alignment, there seems to be like one big, hairy, just ugly thing that prevents most people from staying in that alignment and then creating the businesses that they really, truly desire and deserve. So can you explain what that one big thing is?
Let's see.
The one thing that holds people back.
What is it now? Wait, I don't really want to talk about it right now. It's called procrastination.
Oh, no, I hate that word.
And I just happen to have written a book about it.
You just happen to be an expert.
What a coincidence
that
that you would ask me that question.
Right?
Yes, procrastination. Oh my gosh. It just seems to sometimes just, what happens is we point to that and say, that's what's wrong, I'm procrastinating. And it's actually not true. Procrastination is actually just a symptom that a bunch of other things are happening. And so in the book, I talk quite a bit about how procrastination is this misnomer. It's something that appears to hold us back, but what's really holding us back is not getting inside and finding out what the procrastination is telling us. So procrastination is just a symptom. It's telling us something about what's happening in our life and our business. That's all it is. So we can just stop right now. Right now. We can stop pointing to it and saying there's something wrong with us because we're procrastinating. Now we can point to it and say there's something that my beautiful being is trying to tell me through this procrastination. Thank you, procrastination, for pausing me in this moment so I can really get clear. That's the power of procrastination. We got it all wrong.
I love that. I love that you talk about it in that perspective, because what I've always learned is that procrastination literally is just a way to kind of not only sabotage yourself, but really be in self-pity. It's like it's a way of just like if you have a habitual thing of being in self-pity and in the sense of like beating yourself up.
Yep.
Procrastination is a beautiful way to do that because
Well,
it's like
yeah, it's a label. It's a label that we place on something that we don't want to look at or confront.
yeah.
So it's a label, and a label emits the emotions that you're just talking about. And instead, let's turn this whole thing around and say procrastination is not self-sabotage. In fact, there is no such thing as self-sabotage. It's not real. It's just a label, another label that we put on something that our soul is asking us to pause and take a deeper look. So we quote unquote self-sabotage. We quote unquote go into procrastination behaviors. And none of those are real. So we can just collapse the whole notion of what those are and just use them instead. Oh, I'm self-sabotaging. The minute you say that, it's like, oh, wait, that's a good thing now. It's pointing me in another direction. That's why it's here.
It's a good reframing and a good perspective
Exactly.
shift.
Well said. Well said. It's a beautiful reframing. That's what procrastination, self-sabotage, obstacle, stuck, all those words can now be changed in just a moment that we get to reframe what's happening to us.
So when you find yourself like going to procrastinate, or you find yourself in the throes of that or putting something off, instead of then beating yourself up because you're going to be procrastinating or you are procrastinating or you haven't got all the 10 things on your list done today, why don't you take a step back and be curious, become curious about what is this communication, this behavior of procrastination, this stopping point. What do I need to know here? What do I need to learn here? Right?
That's right.
It's
That's
a self-discovery.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. In fact, I have in my ebook, I have 3 ways of understanding procrastination. There's 3 separate, distinct things that happen when we're procrastinating. The first one is kind of what you talked about, which is there's something within us that is wanting us to pause. The second one is actually a sting. Sometimes there's a glitch or a sting that the thing that we want to do, like for example, if you want to partner with a particular person and you know that at some point as a result of that partnership, you're going to be on stage speaking at one of their events, okay? So the first step, that's probably 10 steps away. But the first step is going to be having a relationship with them, doing a business with them, doing a joint venture with them, whatever it is. But eventually it could lead to that, and you are terrified of being on stage. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to pause the whole thing, and it'll look like self-sabotage, but you're just pausing it because eventually you're going to get to something you're terrified with. So I walk people through a little healing on how to release the thing how to release that glitch. There's a sting in it, and then there's a sting, and we go inside and we release the sting. Now there's no barriers to working with that person. There's no barriers to the next step. It's quite powerful. People are quite amazed when they go through that process.
And you're giving your book away for free. Like you're giving that as a gift to everybody that's in my family and for being on the Quantum Success Show. So literally all they have to do is go click the link right under this video. And Jennifer is graciously giving you her ebook on procrastination. Don't wait, do it now. Don't procrastinate.
Don't procrastinate. But here's what's so cool about the book too, that it not only does it address procrastination, it also goes into a whole bunch of content on how to actually now, from the space of freedom, procrastination free, how to start your business and how to move your business into a whole new level. So we go into some really cool stuff on what to do next, on how to create a business that you love, how to create a business that you love that generates a big impact on the planet. Because I know most of your peeps, they're with you because they want to make a difference. They want to make a difference in people's lives. So that's who I'm attracting. I'm attracting people who really want to make a difference and who really, really want to make a very healthy, good, solid income. So we teach you some really cool things. One of them is my credibility branding system. And credibility branding is something that I developed when I was working with startups in corporate America. I created literally thousands of millionaires. And I have to tell you, I made a paycheck while I watched all those guys bank using my system. So I actually teach people a tenet of that system that really increases the speed of sales really, really quickly. It's an incredible thing that you can apply immediately. And so I use that system, in fact, to launch my business. And I went from almost living in my car to creating my first million in 18 months using that credibility branding system. So that's also in the book.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I know. It's cool.
I also want to say this because most people don't know this about you, and because of that aren't going to understand the value of just having this ebook. But Jennifer is like me in the sense that we truly believe that everything is energy. And so in creating this ebook, I would put everything I had to say that you created it with energy first. And so the reader then, on the receiving end, gets to feel the energy in that book.
Wow. You're outing me.
Right?
Yes. Every single word is energetically encoded in this book to support you with the principles that you're reading. So as you read them, the vibration is there, allowing you to actually feel it in your body as you're reading it so that you can actually implement it way easier. So, wow, that was a really cool catch, Christy.
I know you, Jennifer.
Wow, you do.
Got you. Oh, I just hit myself on the nose.
Yeah, it's actually a powerful little book. It really is. In fact, we are at a #1 best-selling status in several categories on Amazon.
Congratulations.
So people are loving it. Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm really happy for you because I know the difference that you make in the world, and
thank you.
You are truly one woman that walks her talk, and I love you for that. And I'm grateful we're friends. Grateful that I get to play with you in this wonderful life that we have together, and so
I feel so blessed to know you too, and it's so fun. What you guys are witnessing in Christy and mine friendship is something that is rare today, but hopefully won't be, which is two people who are in business together, who partner with each other, who do what we love, who we definitely make a difference on the planet and in our customers' lives. We come from a place of service, but generate really, really healthy, freedom-oriented income. And we allow each other to have the space to be successful, and we're not in competition at all, even though we could be, right? And I coined a term when I worked in corporate America called co-opetition. And it's a very collaborative atmosphere, and that's what we're teaching through this book and through our other programs. We are teaching people this whole new framework of what's possible. We're in the Aquarian age, where the Piscean age was linear, was masculine. Not that there is anything wrong with it, but we are moving into the eternal. We're moving into the feminine, and it's time that capitalism moved into the feminine. And Christy and I think, are examples of that, and we want you to join us.
It's a good place to be.
We want you to join us. It's so much more fun, capitalism, in the feminine. Oh my gosh, it's really fun, and we make a difference on the planet too. We don't take from it. We're giving back in all ways.
Absolutely. Love you, Jennifer. You're amazing.
I love you too.
So
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here. So
and I just want to share that when they go get the book, know that there's also going to be some follow-up live interactive webinars where you'll actually get to dial in and talk to me and ask questions. Cool. I'm going to be doing a ton of trainings, like really powerful trainings to support everything that's in the book and more. So as soon as you register, you'll be invited to join us for those trainings. And I hope you do, because, oh my gosh, the stuff I have in store for you. A lot of people are looking at me saying, why are you giving all this away for free?
Because you are a server.
Well, not only that, but I think you and I are both in this cause. We're in this revolution of capitalism. So I want as many people to get this and feel it in their bones as possible. So,
awesome.
So watch for that when you get registered for the book.
Awesome. So go below the video right now. Click on the link. It's a free ebook. You got nothing to lose. And, leave us a comment. Jennifer can comment too if you have a question or you have, just an insight that you had. Jennifer would be glad to comment as well. So happy to. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jennifer.
And thanks for having me on your show. And thanks for being you. And thanks all of you who are listening for being you as well.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.